Howdy. I wanted to make a longer video on the shorter video I made earlier, which was Mystery Babylon and Rome and how they tie together, how they were types, or how they are. Well, let's just get into it. Um, so, what do we start with? Mystery Babylon. Where do we see that at? We see that in the book of Revelation, right? And, um, well, what is Mystery Babylon? Well, what was Babylon? Babylon was a tool of God's judgment in the Old Testament, and he would use them to judge nations. He used them against Egypt, Lebanon, Jordan, Israel, Syria, and all over the Middle East. So that was Babylon. So then, Mystery Babylon, you would expect to kind of be like Babylon, but it's a mystery. Why? Because it's not Babylon. It's not King Nebuchadnezzar and the um, people from that territory. So what do I say, or what makes me say Rome? Well, there's also when the beast is described in Revelation, it says the beast was and is not, and yet is. Well, Rome was at that time. Rome was a Rome was in power at that time that John wrote Revelation. So it says the beast was and is not, so it's not Rome, but yet it is. So when it says that, my interpretation of that is it's going to look like Rome. What did Rome look like? Well, Rome conquered the known world. Well, we know the beast, this fourth beast, is going to conquer the world, trample it underfoot. But what did Rome also do? It established client kings when it did that, so that it was just a cheaper and effective way to rule without having a bunch of troops there, and it was just less costly to do. Basically, they would hire someone or appoint someone to rule that area that they conquered, but then they would have them tax the citizens and send it to Rome. So that's how they did that, and that's how I think it'll look like Rome. So somebody's going to conquer that area, this fourth kingdom, this fourth beast. They're going to establish 10 kings. That's what we see in Daniel 2, Daniel 7. The fourth beast had 10 horns or 10 toes. Even in Revelation, it says 7 heads, 10 horns. It's going to be a 10 king confederation, but they're going to give their power and authority to the beast. Sort of like what Rome would have been a beast, and it had horns, such as Herod or Mark Antony, different beasts, different people like that, different horns in the beast. So it'll be Babylon, and that is going to devour. So consider Rome to be a Babylon type, but this Babylon didn't have horns. It had Nebuchadnezzar, and that was it. This one's going to be like Babylon or Rome, but have 10 horns. So it's going to have people. It's going to have client kings. It's going to hire out kings to rule certain territories, and they're going to give their power and authority to the beast, kind of like how a client king would do in the Roman Empire. So that's what we would expect to see. And how do you know when you're going? How do you know when you're seeing that? Well, you're seeing it when you're in the tribulation. That starts with the 7 year covenant. But you would also expect it to look like what Babylon looked like. Since it's Mystery Babylon, it'll look like Babylon. What did Babylon do? It destroyed all those nations. You know, you expect it to start basically trampling the Middle East for sure. and this time it's going to trample the entire world. So I mean, that's exactly what you would expect. So yeah, Rome and Babylon were types of the future, this coming fourth kingdom, and it's coming. It's coming very soon. We can see the stuff that's going on in the Middle East today. It's not something this is going to blow over. This is the fuse to the end, and it's going to light the 70th week. It's going to ignite that last 7 years. So that's coming, and don't be surprised if in the near future you see talks of covenant, right? Maybe even a peace covenant, because that's going to come. It has to, because it's in the Bible. The Bible says it's coming. It's going to come. It's coming. Uh, it'll probably involve a temple. Um, whoever confirms that covenant with the many, there's your Herod type. That's the guy, the false Messiah, and that's coming. So just wanted to make a short video on that, how those were types and how it's how it looks in the book of Revelation in the New Testament when it talks about that. In the Old Testament, Daniel talks about it too. So it's all the same story, just a few more facts, a few more details here and there. But thanks for watching.